Afternoon, and I would introduce the lesson, but before I do that, let me confirm whether all of us have joined this session. Class rep, please confirm whether the students are all in. Yes, Lamek. Lamek, can you hear me?
I can see only Ruth Shundu is not in.
All right, so maybe you can be able to get in touch and know what is the problem. But let's continue with our lesson today. So please give me a moment as I share my screen for this particular lesson. So, all right, the screen will be coming up in a short while, and when it is up, you can confirm.
It is already up.
All right, thanks. Now you can be able to see that is our topic for this session we have today. And the session is about database systems. I believe that most of us, from your experience, you may have come across what is a database. But before we discuss that, let's look at what are our objectives today. And our objectives are straightforward. This is what we intend to meet at the end of the day. So we should be able to define a database and know the components that make up a database. So straight away, let's go to the question: what is database management system? But before we tackle database management system, I have listed 3 words that I want us to explain so that we can be able to have a clear picture of what a database management system is. So I would want us to share each one of us, or somebody can share to us what is database. Anybody with an idea? An idea?
Let me try.
Yes.
A database is a structured collection of data that is organized and accessible in various ways.
Yes, so we can say that it is a collection of related data and facts. That is facts and figures that can be processed to produce information. That is very good. The answer is all right. Then there is management, which is also part of a database system. So let me take this up, that management basically means you are going to administer and have control over what is found in the database. So you will be able to see that there is a relationship between a database and management, so that whatever that is in a database has to be managed. So there must be controls and all such kind of activities. Then we have system. Oliver, can you try and maybe explain to us what is a system?
Okay, a system is a set of interrelated components that work together to perform a specific function.
Yes. So Since our database will contain data or information which is structured, we can say that there are various parts or components which link together for them to be able to work and maybe serve as the purpose why we have that database. So I have explained the three concepts there that we've actually defined very well, and from there now we can move to define what is database management system. So I will ask a member of the class to read for us what you can be able to see on that screen. Anybody who can volunteer? What a database management system? So we want to understand what is a database management system, which is DBMS. So this is a software tool that enables users to manage a database easily. So we have understood that this management system that deals with the components which are part of the database are used to manage or make it easier for you to be able to interact with the database. So that is why we are saying that it allows users to access and interact with the underlying data in the database, because already we've seen that a database is a collection of structured and related information. So this tool, this software tool, is the one which is used to access and interact with this data. And if we can give an example of this software tool, is one of those softwares which are used. For example, SQL or MySQL are some of the examples which are used to work with a database. So the actions which this tool performs are like querying data to defining database schemas. So these tools, software tools, enable us to be able to query for data and define how the data is going to be organized in a database, which we refer to as a schema. So basically that is what it means. A schema is how the data is organized in the database in a form of tables, in a form of records and fields and their properties that are found in a database. So in my next slide, we can be able to see this database management system, how or what is made up of that. So the DBMS has got applications, it has got other DBMSs, it has users, and there is a storage area where the information is kept. So this information is kept in different ways. There are relational databases that are found within the storage area, and the database management system is the one which is used now to search for this data from a relational database. Relational simply means that the data is related, the way it is stored is related, in that the tables which hold the data are linked together using relationships. Then we have hierarchical data databases, which are also used to store information, and those are the structures. We have flat file databases. For example, Microsoft Excel uses that, and object databases. So that is a snapshot of what a DBMS is and what it does. So we can move and look at what are the components that make up a database management system. So I will ask a member to take us through that slide, what is there, and then I can be able to explain what is there. One member, please. A member,
Yes.
yes, take us through that slide.
So components. DBMS comes with various integrated components and tools necessary to carry out almost all database management tasks.
All right, thank you for that contribution. So we have said that this tool called a DBMS, it has integrated parts or components and tools that enable the users to be able to interact with the database. So it takes the general management of the entire database. These components are as follows. We have about 8 of them. Then I'll go through them shortly. Then we'll be able to discuss them in the near future. So we have storage engine. We have a storage engine, which is where all the data is stored. We have query language, which is used to query the database. Then we have query processor, which is used to process the queries. Optimization engine, which is specifically used to ensure that all the data has been stored in the right way and it is retrieved and it returns to where it came from. We have metadata catalog, which defines the dictionary for the database. Then we have the log manager. The log manager keeps information about all the activities that have taken place in the database. For example, the log will be able to register any user who has accessed data or who has accessed the database and records the activities that each user has done. If you made a change, the log will be able to show that you changed something in the database. So that is the work of the log. That component is very important. Then we have reporting and monitoring tools, so we can be able to know the status of that database management system, how it is functioning. And we have other components called data utilities. So those are the components that make up a database management system. So here, the diagram that I have put across is for us to be able to have a summary of those components. So you can be able to see there is a DBMS with reports and the utilities. Actually, utilities support the database so that it can be efficient. Then you have things like access control into the database system, whereby policies are set for users who use this database. Then we have storage engine, which stores the information after it has been processed so that we can be able to generate reports. We have the query language and the query processor. Then we have monitoring tools like the logs and performance that have a summary of what we've learned. So I would request somebody to give us an overview of what we have learned today. So I'll call a member maybe to summarize for us. Oliver? Or any other person who can summarize for us?
Today we've learned about database and database management systems. We've learned that a database is a system that keeps data, and yeah, I was also able to grasp on the concept of DBMS, that management systems.
All right, so that is it. We were able to define what a database is, and we've seen that it is a collection of related information, which is organized in a structured way. Then we've looked at the various components that make up a database information system. So these components, we'll look at them later on